Welcome to week 6 in Introduction to Psychological Experimentation, when we shift gears and change our routine just a little bit. Given that change of routine, I wanted to take a few minutes to just very specifically walk you through this week's learning agenda. Our objectives include being able to locate scholarly publications, understanding the basic ideas from those publications, as well as understanding details related to observational methods and the chi-square statistic. In order to locate a scholarly publication, I thought it might be helpful for you to understand what a scholarly publication is. So the first two tutorials, put you in that direction. Then I've included an overview of the PsycInfo database just to help you understand a little bit about what we're talking about and what's included there. Then the important part, where I introduce you to that database and encourage you to think about PsycInfo as your friend. So if you click that link, or when you click that link, it's going to pull up a Word file. The Word file shows you and tells you how to get into the database, but perhaps more importantly, it shows you some basic search screens and links you to a number of tutorials. You'll notice the hyperlinks within the document. It also encourages you to get some experience in using the database, so I ask you to think about a topic you'd like to know more about and conduct a search. And then maybe stop and think about how effective that search was, including viewing another tutorial and going back to look at the search and work with your results again. In order to help you better understand what you're looking at, having had that experience, I've included some diagrams breaking down different pieces of some of the screens you'll see, and some more detailed information even about what is included within PsycInfo. So on the last page, you'll find more diagrams and a little bit more details, including areas I suggest you use with caution and some other things to consider. So then you'll have some articles to look at, and you already have some articles because I'm going to provide those exemplars, or I have provided those exemplars in class, but they can be kind of intimidating. And so this link will take you to a guide, again opening in Microsoft Word, to how you can read a journal article. And I suggest you start actually by just looking at the title and the abstract. While it seems kind of obvious, it really is an important orientation point. And then just skimming. You don't have to understand everything right away. That'll help you get oriented to what's going on and make sure you're ready to look at key ideas, look up the things you need to know. Then the table highlights the idea that we look at different part of the articles and focus in different areas depending on our purpose in reading the article. So we'll start out the week learning using the article to understand particular research methods and statistics, but you'll work your way down this table later in the week as you try to better understand a topic and identify findings that are relevant so that you can include those in your introduction section. Which does lead us up to this idea that later in the week you're going to primarily be working in your research or in your learning teams to develop ideas to move forward. And so that before Thursday's class you'll actually be reading more articles. That means that your learning reflections this week will take a little bit different form. And in fact, I've envisioned that discussion board as a place where you all can share information and also have a central site to keep information as you each read different articles and share the meaning, share what you found there. So the learning process will include some summaries of what you read and what you found out and learned in that process, but hopefully they'll be detailed enough so that other members of your learning team can take advantage of that in working their way through their individual introduction sections. So I hope you enjoy the adventures, and by the time we're done, I do hope you'll become more familiar with the articles. And the only way we really can do that is by reading them. So enjoy the exploration, enjoy the adventure.